This is KGW News at noon.
Our top story today at noon, an ongoing situation involving a shooting, a police chase, and a SWAT team in the Hazeldale, Vancouver area. Here you can see Clark County Sheriff's deputies in Vancouver preparing to continue their search. Hello, I'm Christine Pitawanich. Thank you for joining us here at noon. Right now, investigators are still trying to find the man they believe was involved in a Vancouver shooting early this morning. It all started just after 1:30 a.m. when Clark County Sheriff's deputies responded to the Del Terrace apartments on Hazeldale Avenue. They found a man who was shot in the parking lot. By that point, the suspected shooter had taken off in a car. Investigators then learned the men involved knew each other and say the shooting may have stemmed from an argument over a girlfriend. Then just before 2:30 this morning, Vancouver police thought they spotted the suspect driving. They tried to pull him over at the intersection of Northeast 49th and 137th, but they say the guy crashed the car, jumped out, and ran. The SWAT team got called in and started searching too, but no luck. The man who was shot was taken to the hospital, but is expected to survive. Police say the guy they're looking for is armed and dangerous. We'll keep you updated online at kgw.com. Now to a warning from Portland police. They want you to be on the lookout for a ruse where people are coming up with fake car problems in order to steal stuff from drivers. Portland police say they're looking for multiple suspects. Here are 3 examples of what police say drivers encountered in the span of about 30 minutes yesterday afternoon. In one case, the suspects told a woman that her gas tank was smoking. When she got out to look, they stole her purse. Later, another driver was told their car was on fire. When that driver got out to look, the suspects apparently jumped in and stole the car. Police got similar descriptions of the suspects and car involved in all 3 of the cases on your screen, but police still have not provided us with those exact descriptions. Now to retail theft, which police say is rising in Portland. To counter the increase, police have set up sting operations to catch the thieves. Our Bryant Clerkley went on one of those sting operations with police and has the story.
A suspect in custody, a couple $100s of merchandise on the hood of a Portland police car outside the Target store at Mall 205. All this is part of a shoplifting sting operation by Portland Police East Precinct. This is how it works. Police communicate with loss prevention working inside the stores as suspected thefts are happening. Then officers show up outside the store to arrest the suspects.
We have an open line of communication. We have direct access, cell phone back and forth. And we try to figure out, okay, what's going on? And where's a place where we can kind of, plug in and make some kind of a difference on that.
Along with this theft, police also showed us a photo of stolen goods from Fred Meyer's worth over $1,000. And it's not just retail theft police are looking for. While on this sting, officers also found this stolen car after it crashed into 2 other cars near Gleason and I-205. The suspect was caught while running away.
The stolen vehicle will be the way in which they arrive to the location and then, leave the location as well. So there could be a combination of the 2 there.
Back in December, during a sting in the same area, there were 64 arrests and almost $9,000 of stolen merchandise recovered. February's operation netted 40 arrests and more than $2,000 of stolen merchandise. Who's behind the thefts? Police say it's organized crime rings, individuals, or just poor people.
I think it's likely a collection of all of them. And I say that just given the variety of crime that we find associated when we run these missions.
The missions are to stop these crimes, but also to be a deterrent for would-be thieves when they see the heavy police presence. When asked if they think these operations are making a difference, Officer Jordan Zeitz had this to say.
Unfortunately, I can't say I've necessarily seen a decrease, but I know that the public and the stores just really appreciate our presence and that, if they're going to do it, they're still going to be arrested and they're going to be held accountable.
Bryant.
Okay, let's check in with Rod Hill in the Weather Center. Rod, last I looked outside, it was kind of a typical Northwest day.
Yeah, chilly, not a lot of sun. We've got some rain out there. Let's start with the radar behind me. It's just scattered showers. You'll find some decent dry time this afternoon if you're out and about, but always have that rain jacket with you and be prepared for some moisture to be coming through. You know, this morning, out on the east side, it was snowing quite a while in places like Sandy. Reports of snow, at least up in elevation, somewhat out in Washougal. We had at least snow in the air reports in Gresham. Right now, you can see it's rain in the Sandy area, so the snow level for the time being has popped back up above 1,000 feet. But the next couple of nights, even down in the flats of the valley, could be some passing snow showers from time to time. Right now, one of the better rain showers hitting Newport I've seen on our live camera this morning. Rain cooled to 41 degrees. We've had some break in the cloud cover from this vantage point, but not right now. That's the hill and the camera down at Willamette Valley Vineyards just south of Salem off of I-5. We're at 44. We may get some sun breaks later today, but we'll keep a lot of clouds around as well, trying to get up to 48. Christine, a reminder, if we get those sun breaks, that would simply fuel a better chance for some heavy showers out there. Back to you.
Okay, thank you, Rod. Lawmakers have proposed a bill that would bring fentanyl education to Oregon classrooms. The legislative process is still in the beginning stages, and as KGW's Mike Benner reports, the first public hearing is scheduled for this week.
Oregon is by no means immune to our country's fentanyl epidemic. This video from late February shows Portland police officers chasing down a suspected fentanyl dealer, who upon his capture told authorities he was selling powdered fentanyl and pills laced with fentanyl because it paid more than his previous job as a roofer. It's an explanation that does not sit well with Jennifer Epstein.
That's crazy.
Epstein is all too familiar with the dangers of fentanyl. Back in December 2020, her son Cal, at just 18 years old, overdosed on fentanyl and died.
We have evidence on his phone that he reached out to a dealer on social media, on Snapchat. We know also that he did not expect to get fentanyl.
Count that among the many reasons why Epstein and her husband are working with Oregon state legislators on Senate Bill 238. The bill calls for age-appropriate fentanyl curriculum to be added to existing drug and alcohol classes in Oregon middle and high schools. The bill also aims to educate youth on the laws that provide immunity to people who report fentanyl use or seek help for themselves or others.
I believe this will save lives. I believe that kids need to hear this message from every angle. They need to hear it from their parents. They need to hear it from their doctors, from schools, on social media. There is different kids will listen to different sources.
The introduction of Senate Bill 238 comes at a critical time. Just last month, a Franklin high schooler died of a suspected fentanyl overdose. 2 McDaniel High School students died in the same fashion in March of last year. And it wasn't any better in 2021. That year in Oregon, more than 60 people under the age of 24 died from fentanyl, a synthetic opioid 100 times stronger than morphine.
The street drug scene is much more dangerous than ever before, and the kids aren't aware of this. And they don't understand, actually many parents don't understand the danger of fentanyl and how it is deceptively being put into pills and powders.
Epstein believes educating our youth would go a long way in the fentanyl fight.
We feel like if we can alert them of the deception and the potency of how dangerous fentanyl is, they will be armed to make better choices.
I'm Mike Benner for KGW News.
Okay, now for a quick trip to the coast for a look at a rare crab. Take a look at this. It was just given to the Seaside Aquarium, and staff have named him Sour Cream because he's all white. This video is from Here's Oregon. So this particular crab has a rare condition that causes him to be white. It only occurs in about 1 out of every 2 to 3 million crabs. Best of luck to you, Sour Cream.